Hi everyone, my name is Ed, and by way of introduction, I am one of the volunteer developers on the Luna Classic blockchain. I'm also one of the co-founders of the Terra Rebels group, whose goal since its formation was to fix and restore the technology running on top of the chain and enable the community to build on top of it. So just to start, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of the Terra Rebel community for their countless hours and sacrifice to get to this point. So in this first video, what I'd like to do is go over how to install and run a validator node on the Classic chain, given the state of where we are today. What I have here is a clean install of Ubuntu 22.1. And the first thing I'm going to do is download the latest version of Go. All right, so here is go.dev doc install. The latest version of Go here is 1.19.2. I would say this is the recommended version of Go, especially since in the next few months, when we upgrade Cosmos SDK and Tendermint, Go 19 is going to be the minimum version. In the current iteration of the blockchain code, you can use Go version 17 if you want to, but again, sort of recommend that we upgrade at this point. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that version of Go, it's Go 19, and I'm just going to extract it into my home directory. And then I'm going to copy this, you can see here, I'm going to copy this into user local. Okay, so cp-r go user local. Okay, so Go is installed. That's pretty easy. If you do have a previous version of Go already, you might want to follow these instructions that are on the Go website just to get rid of the old installation. All right, so what I have to do here is put Go into my path, right? Because if I type Go, it says it can't find that command. And it's because my path isn't updated with the latest location of Go. Okay, so what I can do is then go in and export the location, and I believe it is user local go bin. And now if I type Go version, it tells me that I do have 1.19.2 installed. Now this is a one-time command. This is only for the current shell instance. And so what I need to do is put it in my profile so that every time I boot up or open up a new shell instance, it automatically puts that into my path. Okay, so that's going to be in profile. And what I do like using Vim, which is sort of VI improved, but you can use any text editor that you would like. Okay, so Vim profile. And here what I'm going to do is simply just do that same export. The path variable, environment variable, is equal to the existing path plus user local bin or go bin. And in Vim here, you know, colon WQ, it's going to write and quit. Okay, now so Go version should still work. Great. Okay, so I've downloaded Go. I put it into my path. What I need to do is update the app. So this is the default package manager for Ubuntu. I'm just going to update it because I think it's on this fresh install. It's not updated. And then what we need is the latest version of the build essential tools. Okay, so apt install build essential, and that will go ahead and download and install build essential. And from now on, I'm going to move over to a user account because I don't really want to be on my root account. So I'm going to create an add user, I'll call it Lunk, new password Lunk. All these are default, that's fine. Okay, so now I have a user Lonk. I can log into Lonk using the SU, the super user account. And so here I am. You can see I'm in my home Lonk directory. And now what I want to do is download the latest version of the blockchain. So if you aren't familiar with the history of what happened, um, the blockchain, the code used to be in the Terra money, organization, and under Classic Core. But this is going to be the new repo. Okay, so github.com Terra-Rebels Classic. This is the latest version of the blockchain that's running right now, version 1.0.1. This is patched with the Dragonberry exploit vulnerability closed in the Cosmos SDK. So this is the version that we want to run. So I'm going to head and go git clone https github.com/Terra Rebels classic.git. And that will clone the repo, cd into the classic directory. You can see it created that. Okay, and then here I need to make sure that I check out the version that I want. So git checkout v1.0.1. The main branch of, of the classic repo, it has some additional changes, a bump up to Cosmos SDK 45.9, but at the moment we're still on 44.5, okay, with the Dragonberry update. Okay, so now that I check this out, I can do a make install. Should oh, okay. Sorry, could not find Go. Okay, I didn't do this. I need to in my profile. I need to do the same thing. Sorry. Export path equals path user local bin go bin. Okay, and then I'll just log right back in. Now go version. Okay, good. All right, go back into classic, make install. All right, there we go. So that is going to download and install the latest version of the blockchain, version 1.0.1. And let me go back here and just show you that the reason why we're putting out this video is essentially because of this change, right? So we had reverted the staking. So you can now delegate on block height 9109990, which that passed in August 26th. And now, sorry, this is not right. This is October 26th around, I think maybe in about a week from now, October 26th, October 27th, we're going to hit block 9988390. And that block is when new validators can be created. Okay, and you can see here that if we go to the LCD of any full node running on blockchain, we are approximately 9908938. Okay, so we're about a week away from the creation of new validators. Okay, so this is still updating, installing. While we're waiting for this, there also is a Discord channel called Classic Core, where all of the current validators, well, maybe 90% of the current validators are. It's a channel where if you're interested in becoming a validator or already a validator, you should join just to be up to date with any type of patches that needs to be made. We can coordinate upgrades from that channel if you want to do governance discussion among the validators. We would like to keep it sort of not a social channel, right? So not for just chatting, but mostly if, if you're interested in being a validator. Okay, so this is now downloaded, and let's see, Terra D. So this should have installed Terra D, which is not found, because that is also not in our path, and that is under our home directory in Terra D. Okay, so what we're going to do is go ahead and edit our profile again and add home go bin. Okay, and we just back in. So now if I run Terra, so go version, good. Terra D dash dash version. Oops, Terra D version. This, yep, shows me that I'm running version 1.0.1, which is exactly where I want to be. Okay, so now I have everything I need to run and start on the blockchain. Now, the next thing I want to do is really turn Terra D into a service. So what does this mean? Well, essentially, you need to make sure, right, that if you're running a validator or a full node or something, you want to be synced to the blockchain all the time. So what happens if your machine goes down and then it comes back up, it reboots or something, power outage? You want Terra D to start up right away, and so you want to make it a service. There's a couple ways to do this. I'm just going to go over one way, and that is in Ubuntu, what we can do is go ahead and register Terra D as a service. So we're going to go into the system daemons here. System. Whoops, that's not what I want. CD. Let's see. System D system. Okay, so now you can see these are a bunch of other services that are running, and I'm just going to create my own Terra D service here. And I'm going to add the following into this, and this will all be on the website, so you can just sort of watch and follow along. Description equals Terra daemon. After equals network target, and this is going to be a service type, simple user. I'm going to use my LUNC user. Exec start. So where does this start? Well, this is at home, LUNC go bin Terra D start. On restart, we're gonna on abort. Okay, and then install wanted by multi-user target and service limit no file equals 65535. Okay, so what is this no file, this limit no file? Well, essentially Terra D, when it runs, it opens up a lot of different files. And eventually, if you don't change the limit of the number of files that your machine can open at once, it will crash and you'll be in trouble. Okay, so what we need to do here is increase the maximum number of files that Terra D can open by going into security limits and making sure we add a couple of things at the end here. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this, and one is going to be soft, one is going to be hard, and this is going to be no file value 65535. 65535. Okay, so that should change the file limits. Okay, so what have we done so far? We've installed Terra D, Go. We've increased the file limits. We've created a new user, Monk. And now let's go ahead and see what happens when we try to run it. So let's see, Terra D start will start the process, and it does some stuff. But it says, oh, no Genesis. Okay, so what we need to do is a Terra D init. So this is the first command, and then we're just going to put the name of your machine. I don't know, my node 1. Okay, so this creates a Genesis. It also creates, let's see, it's a hidden folder in your home directory called Terra, and it has a config file and a data file. The data file is where all the blockchain lives. The config files are where all the configuration files are. One of them is a Genesis node. So here you have a JSON Genesis, and you can see that it specifies like the chain ID, the height. It's got a bunch of other stuff about accounts and different currencies and that sort of thing. But this is not the Genesis that you want, right? What you want is you want to download the Columbus 5 Genesis, and we'll have a link to that. And also you want to download the Columbus 5 address book. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to download the Rebel 2 testnet, which is running the same code. So let's go ahead and grab that. Now, where is that? Okay, here's the Genesis. And again, all of these links will be provided. I'm just going to download this Genesis file here. Oh, let me get rid of the old Genesis. And you can see here, now we're on chain Rebel 2. Okay, initial height, whatever that is, 10 million. Okay, so that'll initialize us to the state of Rebel 2. And then I also need the address book, which is here. So this is the address book. There's not much here. And then let's see, Terra D start. Okay. So this is not a typical error that you'll run into, but this is also typically not how you would start Terra D. You would need to, especially on Columbus 5, you would need to start from a snapshot because it would take you forever to start from the very beginning. In the same way on Rebel 2, we're going to have to start from a snapshot. And so here is a snapshot that I have of testnet. Let's go here. wget. Here's my test. Here's my snapshot. Now for Columbus 5, there is quick sync, which gives you access to a pruned version of Columbus 5 here. I think one of them works, one of them might not work. So just you might have to try. I don't know which one you have to try, but try different versions of the pruned. And then you have something like this. And so here, essentially this snapshot replaces the data directory. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove my data directory. And then I'm going to tar xvfz testnet. Okay, so that extracts to the data directory. And then let's see, Terra D start. All right, so now it connected to the address book. Now it's syncing to the blockchain. Okay, so this might take a little bit of time for it to sync, but once it syncs here, we'll come back and I'll show you how to create a new validator. So let's see. Okay, we're back. Took the dog for a walk, paid some bills, still going here, but that's okay. We can do some other things in the meanwhile, and I think it's almost done. Let's see. So your validator, it's going to need to have its own wallet. So I need to create a wallet, and you can create a validator wallet here by using the command Terra D keys add, and then the name of your wallet, and let's just call it, I don't know, wall1. It's asking for a passphrase. Lunk. Oh, lunk. All right, so creates a wallet. Here's your address. Name is wall1. I'm gonna write that down. Wall1. Don't lose this, your mnemonic here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, copy and paste that somewhere. Here. Very important you don't lose these keys. All right. Now, this address has no funds. We just created an empty wallet. And so what we need to do is add funds to it. Now, on Columbus 5, for example, you can just send from Terra Station. You can send this wallet some money. But here on testnet, I don't have that ability. Let's see, Terra D query bank balances of this address, and it's null. Okay. So what we have here is the Terra is this faucet for Rebel 2. It's at this IP address. You can see here. And what we're going to do is just send this wallet some lunk. Send tokens. There we go, successfully sent. And so if I look now and rerun this bank balances, nothing. Oh, I'm not synced up yet. That's why. It just just sent at a certain block, and you can see here I'm not at that block yet, so still syncing. Once it hits the block where it did send me funds, then it should show up. Okay, so I'm going to have funds here in this wallet once that comes through, and then we can go ahead and create a new validator. So let's see, I think maybe another 15,000 blocks. So why don't I'll just pause and then come back when we're done. Okay, I'm back. It's not done yet, but there are some other things that we should cover first. And so the one thing is in the config file. Let's see, config. What we have is the config file, which here, this is the moniker of this name of this node, my node 1. Is there anything here that we need to look at? Not really. The app config. So here, this is the minimum gas prices a validator is willing to accept. So actually, each validator can set their own minimum gas. These are multipliers. And there's a recommended one from the LCD Terra node. And that minimum gas price is the following. This. Not 0, but rather this sort of monstrous number. I think there's, not sure. Yeah, so this is the recommended multiplier, 5.665 for Luna. This is micro Luna. Luna is micro Luna, or 0.15. UUSD is micro USD, which is the UST denomination. Okay, so this is what you should set your minimum gas prices to. Basically, what happens if, let's say, someone tries to make a transaction and your minimum gas price is not 5.665, maybe it's 10.665 or something, then this transaction will not be accepted by your validator node, and it will sort of go around and see if someone else's node has that minimum gas price. I think that's sort of the basic change that we want to make. Another change here is the LCD endpoint. So it's a light client. Typically, if you're running like a full node, you probably want to open this for yourself. So I would enable true the LCD endpoint or Swagger documentation. Okay, and the default port that the LCD listens on is 1317. All right, so that should cover the config files that I think I basically change. Let's see. And clients, I think, you may want to specify the chain ID anything else. I think that's it. Okay, so that covers configuration, the gas prices. It covers the adding of the keys, adding of a new wallet, and now we should be ready whenever this is synced. To start a new validate. Okay, so it turns out I was only 10% of the way. So what I had to do was take a snapshot of testnet and then copy it over. And so now we're back, and you can see here now if I query this particular key, then I do get the correct amount. One thing that I think I missed was to make this a service. There are some commands, system CTL, daemon reload did not run, and then system CTL enable Terra D, which would register as a service upon startup. And now let's just go ahead and reboot the system. Yep. All right, so it closes it, and then give it a second, and it should reboot. Okay, so there are some commands that you should know when you're dealing with these services. So, for example, system CTL is the basic command, right? If you want the status, you would just status Terra D. To start, you could do start Terra D, and these are all services too. So, like if you have a Nginx or something, you can use system CTL. Stop Terra D, right, and then restart Terra D. Okay, so those are all the commands from the system side. If you want to see the log of what's going on, there's also the journal journal CTL, which dash T Terra D. That'll show you the the journal of the logs, and then if you want a sort of continuous stream, you could do Terra D dash F, which is a continuous stream. Okay, so let's see if we're back online. SSH. And then, so here is, well, here's station. Okay, this is a Rebel 2 testnet. You can see there were many other validators who have now been jailed for missing blocks. So we only have 3 validators currently running. And we're back. And so here, if I just do journal ctl-t Terra D-F, it shows me that, here we go, it is syncing, and right, block height is synced. Okay, Control C. So one thing that I like here is output -- output cat, which gives me some color. Okay, so I am synced to the blockchain, and I can see using the system controls. Now let me go ahead and make a validator. Okay, so lunk. Remember my wallet was wal1, and I think let's see, what was my moniker here? Moniker was my node1. Okay, so that's what we're going to use here when we create our validator. So the ultimate command here to create our validator is going to be Terra D TX. So this is a transaction. This is a staking transaction. Create validator. And then this is going to be the amount we're going to self delegate in the beginning. And this is in microluna, right? So I have 100 Luna, which is this microluna here. And so let me just put in, I don't know, two Luna. So 2002 lunk, sorry, 20000000. That's going to be 2 lunk. Okay. Pub key is going to be, you just write this command here, Terra D tendermint show validator. My moniker there is my node1. The chain ID, that's going to be rebel 2, but Columbus 5 for mainnet. Now, here's some settings, right? Commission max change rate. So this describes how much commission can you change per day. And this is 1%. Okay, min self delegation is equal to 1. So I cannot have under 1 lunk. Some other things I missed here. from the wallet, and the wallet name is Wal1, right? The commission rate. So what do you want to start with? Let's say 10%, 0.1. And then commission max rate. I don't know. You can't go over 20%, let's say. And then gas, let's auto it. And then gas adjustment. Let's do a 1.4. And then fees. All right, so fees, how much does it cost? I think we can get away with is that right? 1,500,000. Let's see, that's 1.5 lunk. All right, so if this goes through, then I should create a new validator. So let's see. Okay, sign it, and seems like, let's see, Terra D query TX, and you can put the TX hash. See what it says. Yeah, message create validator. Looks like it went through. And aha, my node 1. So, all right, so that's from start to finish here. This is how you create a new validator on Rebel 2 testnet. Same procedure with Columbus 5. You just need the snapshot of Columbus 5, the address book of Columbus 5, and the Genesis, and all of that will provide links to that. And then the final piece of it, which we're not going to cover here, but the final piece is you do need an Oracle to be running in order to get those Oracle rewards. So that is it.